managed server, we start, stop managed servers separately. Each managed server is a separate process, and node manager is also a separate process. In an operating system, we can see these processes separately in a task manager windows or in top command from the Linux or Unix side. So what node manager does actually? Node manager actually used to start, stop or monitor the managed servers. It is a control utility for managed servers. It is used to start or stop the servers. Means from the admin server we can start any kind of managed server from the admin server, but with the help of node manager. If node manager is not there, not available or not running, so we cannot start manage server from the admin server. Please note, from the admin server only. Admin server uses the node manager to manage, start, stop the managed servers. Also some kind of monitoring is very little bit monitoring the state of the managed server, whether it is running or not, stopped state, start state, running, or these kind of things. Not too much monitoring. Okay, so and one more thing, it can be used to detect the failure of the managed server, so it can be started on another server. A machine is a similar kind of word which we hear from our IT perspective in our IT environment. A machine can be a physical machine, but here in WebLogic, a machine can be a logical term. A logical machine means you have a physical machine, fine, you have a physical machine, but here in WebLogic we create the logical boundary of a machine. What it does, what it means, it is related to the servers. Means if I am creating a domain, means I have a domain A. In domain A we can have, or I can have multiple machines which can host multiple managed servers. But machine is not a physical machine in WebLogic. In a physical machine I can make more than one machines, and in a machine I can have one or two managed servers. It actually depends on us. Don't be confused, it is just a logical boundary. We will see later and it will be clarified to you. Just to gather the components or to collect the components of WebLogic server, we create a machine. Like in a physical machine we have a components, we have a hard disk, memory, and CPU and other kind of peripherals which are attached to the machine. So just take that concept in your mind. In WebLogic server we have variety of components, like admin server, managed server, node manager. We just learned these components, but there are a variety of components, separate processes. So to collect or to have a grouping, we just use the terminology of machine. So we create machine in WebLogic, and then we create components, and we have components in that machine. Like in a WebLogic machine I can have two managed server or one node manager. Here we can have one cluster of three machines, and each machine have one managed server. But this all machines and cluster does not state or relate any physical machine. Means in one physical machine or in one virtual machine I can have these three logical machines and a whole cluster in one machine. Here you will ask that what is the purpose of creating a cluster in a machine. So this is just an example. We are not talking about the high availability or other failure problems in that if one machine goes down, that every logical machine and whole cluster goes down. So this is not our problem here. Just to understand the concept. So a cluster has multiple managed servers running cooperatively in it, just a definition. And HTTP client, this is a proxy. A proxy is just kind of a load balancer. It is another kind of thing which also redirect the client request from outside to inside. It also acts as a firewall. So it depends on us that if we would like to use a firewall or proxy, any kind of thing. WebLogic supports a variety of configuration, various kinds of proxy servers, various kinds of firewalls you can use here. So
Hussein.
do you guys have any question?
Hello, Hussein.
Uh, please speak a bit louder.
Okay. Now I was asking.
Yes. Yes, please.
Yes, I wanted to confirm under the cluster. That means for us to come up with to cluster those servers, they should be running the similar application. That's what I wanted to confirm.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cluster means those servers are running that similar application.
Yeah, of course. By the definition, cluster yeah, should contain multiple servers, and of course, it will host any application. So application must be there. Otherwise, there is no concept of having cluster. But here we are going slowly, so we are not introducing the application here. There must be an application on the cluster. You are right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so components or services, these are interchangeable terms. So please note that the services or components, WebLogic, in the WebLogic.
Hussein, Hussein,
Hello.
yes, Hussein, I had a question. I wanted you to clarify about the node managed server. Sort of
In,
lost you there. You said it is a control utility for the managed server, but then
sorry, sorry
is
to
it
cut
used
you.
on
Can
the
you
admin
speak a bit
server?
louder? Can you speak a bit louder?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible, but your voice is your volume is too low. Can you speak a bit louder?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, I wanted you to clarify where the node manager is used. Is it used on the admin server or on the managed server? I
It
lost you
is.
there.
Uh, it is used to control the managed server. Admin server uses it, but to control the
Okay.
managed servers.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Okay, so let's move to the
Hussein,
application services or
Hussein,
component.
Hussein,
Yes,
Edwina is saying something. Edwina, speak up.
can you hear me?
please carry on.
Hussein, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. First of all, I think you're very fast, extremely fast. Some things I don't hear them. If you
Okay,
can turn a little bit low,
okay,
then I can follow very well.
okay.
And maybe also we have hands that are raised, and I think you're not able to see them. I don't know what you're
Uh,
going to do.
yes, just because of the presentation. Okay, but I will try to see your hand, or you can just interrupt me like this.
Okay.
No problem. Okay, so we were on the application services or the components, what WebLogic provides. So I was talking about that. If you have components or services, these are interchangeable terms. Or here we can have few, but there are